The Boys is gory as hell. I have a tough time watching it sometimes. And I play Mortal Kombat. Well,
Man, I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me over them? You probably can. I can't seem to get my volume corrected. But just to make sure I'm the star, I'm going to go ahead and turn this down a bit.
It's not just Torchborn, it's inserted. Like you just notice that.
So, Maximillian got an early preview. I'm assuming like a copy of the game ahead of time, and I am kind of curious, man. I don't know what is going on in Arc or Neopol, you know. I know in the title I said I'm salty that Maximillian got the game, which is true. I'm salty, like, you know. I'm just gonna call a cat a cat. You know, they run to Maximillian all the fucking time when it comes to this shit, and you know they should, because he is like the fighting game dude. But you know, it makes me wonder: do they ever think like it'd be nice to like, you know, make a bunch of fighting game dudes, you know, or you know, dudes that they trust? Like I know they like Panda Global sometimes, and they like the teams, but I don't understand why it has to be like these set amount of people all the time. Like you don't trust anybody else, you know. But that's all I gotta say in terms of being salty, because that's whatever. Like you could just take that with a grain of salt because it's saltiness, but. You know, I also wonder what's going on with Arc, because Arc aiding and Neopol, because you know, I feel like I don't know when he got the game. Let me just say that I don't know when he got it. I think he's just allowed to stream it for today. He could have had it for a couple days, but if you're giving him a preview copy now, why in the world is it like just a couple days? What day is it? Because I'm still adjusting to my new times. It's June 26th. This game comes out in 2 days, and you're just giving Maximillian, the biggest fighting game YouTuber, access to the game, access to streaming 2 days early. I don't know why in the world you would take so much time to do that. You know what I mean? There are motherfuckers in New York whom I've never heard of, and in some cases France. You know, can you believe that? There's some French people that are like playing DNF Duel, and you know they got this shit early from like a retailer, that, you know, is not scared to get slapped on the wrist, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like they got it early, and they've been previewing the shit before Maximillian. Like they're on Twitch. Like if you go to Twitch and you type in DNF Duel, you will fucking find a lot of stuff at this point. You know, at this point, I don't think Maximillian's stream is special, but you know, Maximillian has so many followers watching him right now. I think it was like 13,000. It's kind of nuts, but you know, you also had these nobody people, you know, and I'm not trying to disrespect them. I'm really not trying to disrespect Maximillian. It's more about like a dialogue between, like, you know, actually doing stuff for the game. Because you know, when I was playing other games, Tekken 7 was in the middle of like making a bunch of seasons. Okay, which I don't like Tekken 7. I've told many people this. People that know me know that Tekken's my favorite fighting game franchise. I don't care for Tekken 7. I think it's an abomination. And at first I was respectful about it, but then, you know, over the years it's just been like disrespectful. I don't think that, you know, Bandai Namco is in good faith with that game, but that's neither here nor there, I don't think. What the point I'm trying to make, I'm just slowly coming up on it. So Season 4 got announced, and it got previewed by this guy. His name is The Main Man. The Main Man has been making combo videos for Tekken since Tekken 5 at the very least. I remember running across the main man back in 2009 or 10. He was doing combo videos with all the Mishimas, and I had been subscribed to him, and you know, I think the main man made some decent content, you know. For the time, there weren't like a ton of other YouTubers making content for him, for Tekken like that. The main man never got anything early. He never got any access to anything. The main man is from Sweden. But this time was special because the main man, he got access, a 1 day early access to season 4 of Tekken. And the influencers went nuts for Tekken. You know, these motherfuckers are like, we're doing a bunch of unpaid publicity. Like, maybe we should stop. And the person who said that was Eris from the Void in the Puddles, fucking bitch ass. By the way, he got Street Fighter 5 like a week early or some shit. But, you know, and he's not even like the main Street Fighter guy. He's just a nigga that talks about a Street Fighter from time to time. So he got that shit early, you know, and I was happy for him. You know, personally, I didn't understand it, but he was mad that the main man got season 4 like a day early, and it was like ridiculous, you know, because he's an influencer and he felt like he was entitled to it. I don't feel like I'm entitled to a copy of DNF Duel when it comes to, you know, everything I've done. You know, things have slowed down for me. I held some character polls over, you know, the months of characters that people might like, and you know, it is what it is. The maximum amount of views I ever got at one time for DNF Duel might have been like 400 plus or something along those lines. Maybe 1K. But, you know, I tried to contact Arc System Works. I tried to contact Neopol. I tried to contact Aiding. And I contacted Neopol. They said contact DNF Duel directly. I contacted them directly via the contacts on their page. And by the way, the only contacts they got are like Neopol's website, which I've already emailed them. Never got an email back. And Twitter. I'm not finna ask these motherfuckers in public and get clowned. And then there's Facebook. So I emailed them on Facebook, the Korean Facebook and the US Facebook, or the English Facebook. I translated my message in Korean for the Korean page, and I spoke regularly for English. Nothing. I asked the English version months ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but as a kid, I grew up
but I don't know. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not famous enough. I'm just salty. I'm like, God damn. I really just want to play the game. Like, I don't even want to get paid from shit. I just wanted to play the game. I would have gladly have paid for the game and just to get an advanced copy. You know what I mean? And I even asked one of them for an advanced copy because that's what I want. I want a copy in advance.
Stick with this big weirdo. It's hard.
This guy's been streaming for like 4 hours, by the way. So like, my friend would really like that purple color. Yo, Lost Warrior got some sick colors.
Fucking color.
We could talk about the game now. Sorry for all the saltiness. It's just I woke up and it's like I see something from DNF Duel on the main page and it's like they retweeted Maximillian did something. You know, like, bro, that's fine. You know, Maximillian, he's a famous YouTuber, but it's like, stop doing that. You know, stop fucking dangling shit in front of us, like, cause you know you think it's candy or something. Like, yo, Maximillian has it. Look, guys, like I don't.
Do not make fun of me.
You know, okay, and this has been public on YouTube and some comment sections for years. I don't care for Maximillian. I don't. I don't think that Maximillian is particularly funny. I don't think that he's particularly talented at some fighting games. I think that when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out, Maximillian like peaked for me, and that was just it. because he was doing the Assist Me series. There are other things that he's done that I've just been like, wow, over. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what's one of them? So, Maximillian is, he's either kind of fake when it comes to these games, or I don't know what to say. Like, I remember when Tekken Tag 2 came out, right? And this is something I've been saying over the years to everybody. He said that it was his most anticipated Tekken game since Tekken 3. And people say that often. You know that? People say that when I don't know, like when they just haven't been playing Tekken games, like, because Tekken Tag 1, Tekken 5, Tekken 6, I think they're easily as hype as those other games, right? As Tekken 3, I mean. But, good Lord Almighty, dude, like, that's such a, like, scrubby thing to say if you're, like, a Tekken fan, if you ask me, right? But, you know, it's okay. You like Tekken Tag 2. I don't even notice it at that point. If that's the first thing I ever hear you say about Tekken, that's fine. I can understand it, even though I feel like it's misplaced. He said this exact same phrase again when
No damage, huh?
when Tekken 7 was about to come out. This is the most excited I've been for a Tekken game since Tekken 3. And it just rung in my head, like, you said this shit before. Like, are you really, like, you really just like Tekken 3 and that's it, right? Because that's like Dark Side Phil. Dark Side Phil, if you guys don't know, is like kind of like a, not that great of a gamer. Like, he plays fighting games, but, you know, he overestimates his skill. I'm not saying that Maximillian does that too, but it's like, you know, it's like, what similarities do you share to, like, only really like Tekken 3? I remember when Maximillian played Dragon Ball Fighters. He got, like, early access to the DLC for, like, Broly. No big deal. I didn't even care about that. You know, I understood it, of course. But it was funny, he said Broly wasn't that good of a character. Like, sometimes, when Max is on, he makes some judgments, and sometimes he says some things that are questionable, you know. Saying Broly wasn't that good of a character, people were in the chat blowing him up, he was getting frustrated. But what was funny was, Broly ended up actually being one of the best characters in the game. You know, and it was like, not that hard to, like, you know, actually discern that. It was easy, you know. Like, if I could watch gameplay or, like, play with Broly for a couple seconds, I could tell you that he was, like, one of the better characters. As a matter of fact, people did see that. But, you know, Ark they still trust him with, like, everything. I remember when Ultimax came out, Persona Ultimax. When Persona Ultimax originally came out, did you know that this dude, like, did not care for that game? So he was hyped for Persona 4 Arena. It sold a bunch of copies. I think this was like before he got in with Arceus, right? So it sold a bunch of copies, and then Ultimax came out, and I think there was an untold amount of copies that it sold. So what's funny about it is, he was like, "Yeah, it's all right." That's basically what he was like. He was like, "Yeah, it was all right." And me and my buddy, the Violet Void, we always talk about that. We always talk about that because it's like, you know, that game really needed some support, and it needed people to, like, understand that it's a really good game. It has some new characters and some new features that really open the game up, you know. But Maximillian, he didn't play that much, you know. Instead, I think this was the era where Killer Instinct was releasing, because it was like 2011, right? Yeah, it was like 2011, 2012, something like that. So, like, I think he was being paid because he was sponsored by Killer Instinct, but he was like, "Yeah, this game is alright, I don't know." And I was just like, yo, It was a great game, man. It was a really great game. You know, it didn't have rollback netcode, but back then that wasn't really like a big precedent. You know, he just didn't feel like playing that game. You know, he just did it because, you know, he had to be the fighting game guy on YouTube, which, you know, I gotta respect him. He's underneath a lot of pressure. But holy shit, guys, can we please, like, you know, Maximillian isn't even like that comedy style that everybody watches, man. This is like, to me, I feel like Maximillian is like, he's like the fighting game YouTuber for people that don't really care about fighting games as much as, you know, the casual fans that return and like make their own decisions. Maximillian is like the guy that, you know, he's like their dad or something. If you're wondering why I haven't mentioned the gameplay yet, is because I have not seen anything special. Like this guy's gonna do the triple sword stab, right? He's gonna do it like 15 times this match. And of course, he's probably still figuring. There he goes. That's one. He's probably still figuring out the character, but you know, goddamn.
That sound.
You know, you guys couldn't have hit the challenge mode beforehand. Like, if their mission is to show the game off, there's like several other motherfuckers you could watch on Twitch right now that are doing better than this.
Ching, ching, ching. Yeah. So that big gun of his, is that a special move?
I'm just doing this because I had to get that off my chest.
Sackwood.
Plus, I'm trying to, since he's giving us like a consistent preview, I was hoping like I could see more, because a lot of the people on Twitch, I will say this, are like either streaming the same combos or, you know, they're labbing with characters that weren't in the first two betas. And it's like, all right, neat, but I'm not seeing anything that I want to see. Like, I want to see like more Enchantress stuff, like just some surprise stuff that somebody might just come across. But I don't know.
Nice.
Some of that stuff is trickled down. Like, it's not as much as there was.
I mean, I just have to figure out what I gotta do.
So Maximillian is due. He's due 315, so he's on the left.
With that Viking guard. Oh, he almost teleported. Oh, actually, both of them.
I lost count. He just did that twice in a row.
Yeah, you got both.
I don't know how many times he did that move in the match. It must have been 4 or 5.
Wow.
1. And he's using MP every time. Like, this dude, he keeps exhausting himself. He's gonna do it when he gets up.
He's just chucking shit.
2.
Okay, cat.
That's a lot of MP. Is air M. What's he doing? 3. 4.
Ah. That was a big damage. Nuaz. Or Nauz. Nauz. Right? Yo, the chip damage is basically normal damage at this point. Like, it doesn't matter if you get hit.
Yeah. Doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, right? Oh! No! I was gonna say,
That's
wow.
Oh my
Then I can
goodness,
chip him
man.
out.
Chocolate chips. Yeah, you can't.
I'm not stealing the whole video, by the way. I'm waiting for my friend to come over so we can record some Last of Us.
Not even with the super, because the super actually does take off chip.
Gabriel Belmont. Thank you. Please go to character selection. I'm so somebody not. Please don't use Lost Warrior.
And I think
Blue shit?
Blue shit might have been back in blue shit. Granted, my buttons were different, but yeah. Okay.
Alpha, are you in shit?
You got a one review.
Oh man, I don't want to see Lost Warrior on this stream anymore, man. This is like a Broly situation.
Yeah, chip kill would be a little too much. Especially considering how much life you're losing. Gray life.
Dude, if you move that controls neutral,
Can you imagine you're blocking somebody?
you're going to use it. Who the fuck isn't going to use a full screen with punish move?
All of a sudden they throw a super. You're like, oh, okay, thanks for playing.
You know, are you talking about the where he hits you with the sword 3 times? That move that he just did seems like it's a better whiff punish than what he's doing. Like, I understand it's a full screen whiff punish move, but like obviously it's like taking like all of his MP away, you know what I mean? He's like getting exhausted. Like, I think that's a better usage of it in combo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what happens when you block it? Because the dude isn't, like, really blocking that shit. He just keeps getting hit. See, that was sick. No reason to not use it. The reason to not use it would be the MP. Because it seems to take a good amount of MP. And not only that, but it seems like if you block it, the recovery might be a bitch. But I've yet to see this person block it.
Pick up fly, thank you.
That didn't even, like, comparatively, it didn't do that much damage to, like, you know, other stuff he's done either. Like, that move individually does, like, a little bit of damage. We'll see again. But we can't expect correct meter management day 2. I'm not, okay, so, I'm not saying that he needs to be perfect, but day -2, like, that's -50 right there. You know, in the first beta, like, not the first beta, the second beta, I realized that Ghost neutral 5, I'm sorry, neutral MM took like 90% of his MP. And I stopped using it all the time. I think you can absolutely expect some sort of like meter management. Some kind. I'm not saying all kinds. Like, he's been playing the game for 4 hours. I would expect something. But I don't know if he's been playing with Lost Warrior or not.
The streets accept a new challenger. Damn.
That was sick. Look at that.
The armor.
If he uses it again, like, you know, there's no reason to use it willy-nilly. That's not, like, yeah, it's a good full screen punish, and it's good to catch people, but Lord Almighty. I need to see how much ship damage that does. My guy is just really lucky that his opponent just is like, I don't know, it's like his first day playing the game, I think.
I have to hold down blue special.
Oh, genius.
There's like a big jump.
Literally
axe
trying to
kick
remember
thing.
what we did months ago, bro. Chill. You're supposed to remember
I think it's like
a game that we got to play for maybe 2
Yeah,
days.
so down this one.
Oh, Steve.
No,
I'm
not down.
remembering
It's just
everything.
neutral. Just press the button.
Oh, I ran out of juice.
Months ago? Alright.
There it is. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
neutral.
it's just
there.
neutral. You
Yeah,
can charge it.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
Okay, there you go. No, I have to be perfect. Kidding. I have to be
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Amazing. Like, as soon as I start the game.
As soon as you start the game, you have to remember every single thing.
I've seen some stuff from Enchantress that is pretty interesting because she can rebeat off of using her neutral M in the air. Meaning, so like she can teleport her puppet like wherever she's at, and you know she can just keep hitting 5M in the air and it'll like reset her her attacks. So like you could jump in the air, hit jump S, hit M, and hit jump S again and hit M twice so you can, like, you know, cancel and bring the bear back into the picture. It's great. I haven't seen anything involving her combos with the bear. Like, it seems like mostly people are just using her like on her lonesome and not with the bear. You know, the bear is just like so auxiliary. Like, nobody's using the flame attack, and nobody seems to be using his 2 attacks. Really interesting. Oh, you said very interesting too. Yeah, I think it's interesting as well. I don't know if it's just because of inexperience, because this game, like, it does have some, add some special sauce to it, man. Like, you have to spend a little bit of time with some of the characters before anything, you know what I mean? Okay, so here's something that I found interesting right there. Like, that's something I will say is really interesting. You see how he did those slashes? Like, he did those slashes while time stopped and put more runes on the guy, on Grappler. So that means that he would be able to freeze him much faster. That's cool.
No, Stevie, I have to remember.
Let me hold on, let me talk about these clowns. I'm sorry. You know, I know that the game was played a couple months ago, but you know, I played in between the first beta and the second beta, and I can still use Grappler, like, more competently than this. Like, this nigga doesn't even know how to, like, fucking move left, it feels like. You know? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, because Simmons is like, man, I've been to Japan without Kenny. Now I'm going to go to Hong Kong without Kenny.
I gotta be perfect. Like, no, you just gotta be competent, man. Like, try being competent. I don't understand what's wrong with, like, people wanting you to be competent, and you got a fucking early copy of the game. You know what I mean?
You cannot.
You got an early copy of the game you've been playing for 4 hours. Like, you don't know how to do, how to charge an attack with Grappler. Like, all you gotta do is hold the fucking button. You know what I mean? Just hold the button.
Touchy.
No touchy.
Boy.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go to Canada with you. I'll go to Vancouver. Vancouver is awesome. Or maybe I'll go wherever Matt McMuscles lives. So I'll hang out with Matt McMuscles. Get some poutine. That's a poutine and damn.
Well, and then that. Okay.
Crapola.
Grapola. Yeah, you can do stuff after that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's your first time playing the game, I'm not trying to be, like, harshly critical. There's a lot of people from New York that are playing the game that, you know, like, I watched a dude, and he was trying to, like, promote some, like, you know, his Funko Pop collection in Discord that he just started. This motherfucker had, like, 4 Funko Pops. Sorry. Like, yo, like, you think I'm salty because of Maximillian? Like, imagine me, like, seeing this motherfucker from New York talk about this Funko Pop collection, like, doing arcade and, like, not doing shit. Like, it's his first time. He didn't know anything about the game. Then I seen somebody, they were actually hosting a Discord tournament. Like, mad I missed that, but they were hosting a Discord tournament, and the dude said Demon Slayer was better. Demon Slayer isn't even, like, really a real fighting game, man. Yeah, bro, Funko Pops. This dude had 4 Funko Pops and was talking about, I'm a new streamer. Check out my Funko Pop collection in the Discord. 4! You know, somebody was like, you only got 4 Funko Pops. He's like, I just started it the other day. Then he said, I followed him just for the hell of it because I wanted to see more DNF Duel content. You know, like, and I wasn't even mad. I like, kind of laughed at that, actually, really, to be all the way honest. But the part that I just left at was when he said Naruto is the best anime, and there's no anime that's ever been better or ever will be better. And I just unfollowed him, and I left the stream. I was like, there's no more information I can gather from this guy.
Grass. Grass. Thank you. Never been to Colorado.
Chad wants us to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Come to Wyoming.
We went to Chicago.
Come to Wyoming. It's amazing.
It wasn't that bad. These guys hated it. It was cold as fuck.
Hated it. You know why we hit it, Kenny? Because you told us to go outside when it was fucking freezing and we had nothing to wear.
It was fine.
And you're like, yeah, come on, it's right around the corner. Yeah. It's right around the corner.
It was 5 degrees.
It was 5 degrees.
Fine. I gave Max my jacket.
Yeah, because he was dying.
You gave me
because he was dying.
You gave me your extra beanie.
Yeah.
Because my ears were about to freeze off.
He was literally fucking dying because you said, yeah, let's go to this place and get some of the food. Motherfucker, this shit was 4 miles down the road.
Head was unprotected.
He said it was around the corner.
Ears were like burning.
We were walking for 4 hours in the freezing cold.
Kenny literally sent us on like an 8-block hike. And I was wearing like a sweater. 8-block hike, no beanie. It was snowing.
Like,
5 degrees.
These guys were complaining the whole time. I'm like, what? I gave Max my beanie.
He's like, hey, it's around the corner. Come and get some food. It's around the corner.
I'm not a Naruto stan by like any measure. I respect it. I think Boruto gets disrespected because I don't know why. I think Boruto starts off better than Naruto did. To be honest, I think that Mitsuki, Orochi's son, is cool looking and is really strong and is a better, like, you know, foil to the main character, I guess you could say, than Sasuke was. And Boruto's more talented than Naruto. I don't think anybody can conflate that. The only problem is Naruto exists, and, you know, Naruto Shippuden exists. So because things got so amped up in Shippuden, people want the entirety of Boruto to be that way. Also, nice opener. Naruto walked so Boruto could trip. Listen, man, I'm starting to sound like that one streamer. I can't be talking about Naruto or Boruto right now. I'm sorry. Man, the stream actually looks terrible. I don't know why it looks so bad. Because I got it on 60 FPS. Maybe it's because of my bit rate.
And the funny thing is, they gave us all beanies.
I don't know. YouTube is fucking weird about that.
It's just around the corner. No big deal. 20 minutes to get there. Bro, we didn't know where it was. I am pissed off.
That launcher missile to missile combo is kind of nice. I've seen one where she breaks your guard, but it's only in training mode.
All the way up. We were walking around, and my ears were frozen off, bro. Frozen off, bro. I had no idea what was going on, dude.
Alright, let's just shut these dudes up, man. It's just noise. That's all it is noise. Some dude's talking about freezing some shit off. Like, somebody's talking about, I don't know, they went to a fucking store or something. I don't know. And they're yelling about it. I know I was yelling about the shit, but I'm like, I don't know. I was talking to the chat, which is one person. Okay, now it's looking better on mine.
No, yeah, it was. Oh, good. It was 2019.
I am the bone of my sword. Unlimited missile works. Unlimited firearms works.
Oh. Bro, these guys are...
He remembers how to play the game now. He remembers how to hold the button down and get a stronger move.
Exaggerated. It's just around the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
It's around the corner.
I don't remember this color from the
It's
beta.
gone from 1 block to a few blocks in your own story.
You literally went from... Amazing.
What the fuck was that? He just did the same thing 3 times in a row that didn't have armor. Mashing buttons. I had to remember. I had to be perfect. I have to be perfect, guys.
This is like maybe 2 corners. How many corners? 5 corners. Got it.
These guys are just...
Does Lost Warrior parry work on those? Yeah, it works like a reversal. You know, it's like a full body. It feels like it's a full body thing.
It works like a reversal. You know what? That brings up a good point. I didn't see him glow red, so it must be his reversal. It probably is just like his 2M. Wolfmonger posted 80 counterhead grappler combo on Twitter. He does 80%. Yeah, grappler does massive damage. He's like a 2-touch character. Oh, Wolfmonger has the game too? Son of a bitch. Well, I still think he deserves it more than Maximillian, to be honest. Maximillian, I haven't seen this motherfucker say like 2 things about the game. And every time I've seen him talk about the game, he's like, oh, I'm suspicious. I hate motherfuckers like that. I don't know.
Oh, what's the law? I forgot. Ah! There it is. Fuck your shit.
Who said that? Who said that? Who tried the Ebonics thing? Rufal goated for real.
It is a law.
What?
If you say so.
Yeah, I can actually launch after that. I just don't forgot. Lisa. We'll get you, Kenny. We'll get you. Oh. Little flip, little flip, come on, little flip. Oh.
I don't know in what universe you actually want to just use the regular jump S with grappler. To be honest, it's not a criticism of his gameplay. It's just I don't know its function when the hell version just seems better.
Oh shit!
Very safe.
He doesn't go into things as much as I would like him to, but I prefer content creators like Max.
Why walk in LA when you can drive? Because
That's fine. I'm sorry. I mean, it makes more sense why you were getting up in my ass about him not knowing how to conserve meter like a fighting game player should.
God, they really need more colors, dude. This is terrible. This is an awful.
Yeah, jump holding S is like godlike.
Amount of choices.
Yeah, 8 blocks isn't that bad. But when you're taking when every
Godlike. Like, not only is it safe, it bounces you up in the air no matter if it's a counter or if it's a regular hit. It hits from behind. It's ridiculous. Whereas, like, jumping S normally is just whatever.
Look at history behind the warrior. He was with us.
He was. He'll back it up. That was cold as fuck.
He almost died behind us. He had to go back to the hotel.
We had to pick him up.
Yeah, he was literally frozen. He was an ice block by the time we turned around. We didn't know what was going on.
Froze him so he could go back to the UK.
He literally almost died. I was giving him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
I hate this color for a Swift Master. I'm just gonna tell you. I don't like a lot of Swift Master's colors. Like, they like ruin his whole scheme.
What? How did I turn over there? What the fuck?
But I do think it's good that they're playing with Swift Master, though. We need to see more of this character, even though he's like the main character people are showing off.
Oh wow, so his shit goes.
Honestly, don't like Max too much. He's all right, man. Like, I don't hate the guy. I just sometimes think that he gets a lot of privileges for, like, you know, what he's able to show off sometimes. And because he has like a big audience, you know. Wait, you said it's loud? Hold on a second. Let me see. Like, I don't hate the guy. I just sometimes. Yeah, let me turn this down.
I jumped.
See, come on.
I jumped. I should have jumped.
Turn this down a couple decibels on you. Oh, their banter? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, their banter is loud. Alright, let me turn my shit back up then. Their banter is loud. Now I'm loud. Not only is their banter loud, but it's like over nothing, you know? It's like over nothing going on in the game, I don't think. Because I'm trying my best to really not pay that much attention to it. I'm trying to just watch the stream. No, you're good. I'm not worried about it.
You have to press a block button in this game instead of holding back. No. You can also just hold back.
No. That's both?
Yes. You can do either one.
I think pressing the block button is like something that you just need to do in this game, especially with a character like Swiftmaster. Swiftmaster and Kunoichi, both of these characters can cross you pretty good. Swifty has some godlike combos. Godlike combos, 100%. But I'm just waiting to see a crack in his armor. Yeah, Swiftmaster is a really cool character, and on my character polls that I held over the past couple months, he was the second most liked male mage. Only came in underneath Glacial Master. He has Bang, Air Dash, something like that. He can only set one of them up, but it's still pretty cool. He can do more with that orb than just dash too. I think he can like amplify a tornado attack, but don't quote me on that.
It was windy though. That was the thing that triggered me. I was like, fuck! So cold! Like, sitting here dying.
I gave him my jacket.
You gave me a beanie, you shit.
I gave you both.
I was about to say, please don't use Dragon Knight.
I was outside with like a long sleeve.
Is he going back to
It's around the block.
I was about to say, is he going back to Grappler?
That's no issue. 8 blocks later.
You know, as much as I love Grappler, I'm tired of seeing him, and Crusader is boring.
We were all fucking dying. Kenny's sitting here with 6 layers. I'm doing great.
Pure ice, chat. Pure ice. It was everywhere. Everything was.
I didn't even have gloves. None of us had gloves.
We were
Keep your
sliding.
hands in
None
your
of us
pockets.
had gloves. Yeah, our hands were in our pockets. That was not a problem. We had pockets.
Yeah, like I said,
Everything that we were walking through.
I'm just looking for a crack in Swiftmaster's armor.
Yes, it went in through everything, man.
I might as well have been pantsless. The jeans were doing nothing.
Because his S attacks, one of them just makes him completely safe, and I'm like, what move do I look to punish?
Fuck.
Wow, all of a sudden, this is like the best Crusader I've seen. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious.
Like a West Coaster not be able to handle snow. Do you know that the West Coast has a shit ton of snow?
Yeah, I just my Perry.
Did you know? Ah, fuck.
Did you know the West Coast has a shit ton of snow? Did you know that? Ah.
I didn't mean to. But did you know that when it snows,
Low-key hate playing zoners. I much prefer mid-range, but Ranger looks really cool in this game, and I wish people would look into him. I think Ranger is like a top 5 character from the beta. Like, I think people might be sleeping on him, but he seems popular enough to a certain degree. Like, I don't know what he's missing. I don't.
Mountains and shit. That's why it's expensive as fuck to live in California, because you could be skiing and going to the beach on the same day.
Motherfuckers never heard of Big Bear.
Motherfuckers never heard of it.
No, I think it's expensive to live in California because you guys have like a bunch of like
Majority of California.
new infrastructure and like a lot of shit that other states don't have. Like you have like a ton of fucking things to do, a ton of recreation, things in this country that, you know, places like the Midwest just don't have. Like it's not just because of the skiing.
Yes, I grew up in California, and we would get like 7 to 14.
These motherfuckers still got arcades. They have like they got arcades. They got like a bunch of casinos. Like they got a lot of shit. That's why it's expensive to live in California. Literally everything is right there. In most places in California. And hell, you know, if you you got Hollywood, you got actors that like want to live in California and shit.
Jesus Christ! Too soon.
You got people that get early copies of games. No.
Find a way to stop that. I just don't know what it is yet.
I think the struggle of laugh my fucking ass off. Where my arcades be at? Oh, you live in California? Don't you got Super Arcade or something like that? Don't you got like something like gosh, what the hell is the name of that? Spooky hosts a tournament. Like he has like an arcade in New York. You guys have like some version of that. You got some SoCal, some South California places to go to like play games. Like I be seeing that shit like every other week.
Tell me Cali is more than LA? Nah. Nah.
SoCal, NorCal. I love Midwest. I want these arcades.
California's not, yeah, it's just those two. That's it.
Listen, man, I live in Indiana. There's some arcades here, but they're not that good, and they're not really geared towards us.
Big city areas. Almost the entirety other parts of California where there's very few people is practically just
Like,
Texas.
I went to a tournament, and, you know, I didn't really know much about losers or winners finals. You know what I mean? So I feel like I kind of got cheated. Because guess what? The tournament organizers weren't watching the fucking tournaments. They were like, we expect you guys to tell the truth. That's how unorganized and how much people just don't give a fuck about tournaments or fighting games in Indiana. They're like, it's weird. It's a weird culture.
I keep hearing of people that like, yeah, that come from other places like the Midwest. I had some uncle, one of my uncles that came over and hung out for a bit, and him and his family came over, and they were just like, the weather's so nice out here. It's always like 65 or 70. I'm like, well, yeah, most of the time.
Is it really 65 or 70 most of the time in California? I thought it was like fucking 80 or 90 degrees in this motherfucker in the summer.
That's right.
You know, like California might be nice in like the fall or winter.
Comfort zone comic, thank you.
And I'm talking like you gotta be like in SoCal probably. Can I just claim I won the reset then? Listen, man. I won the reset, and I didn't know how many other fights I needed to do. Because they were like, you gotta beat this dude 7 times or something. I don't remember. It was years ago.
Oh gosh.
The LA smog though? Yeah, but you just don't live in LA.
Don't go to LA.
Don't go to LA.
Problem solved.
Yeah, LA County is fucking
Don't go to LA. Problem solved.
And you know it's
Go there and work.
worse. It's in Rancho. It blows all the way over there.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? People in California say to not go to LA, but most motherfuckers you ever hear about live in LA. You know that?
like San Francisco.
You ever think that's
Valley
funny?
Actually keeps all the smog in it because it's a valley.
It's a mountain.
And once you get out of the valley, like the mountain range of it, it's like gone. You're like, what the hell?
There's like a big cloud
Yes.
that covers one little section, and then once you get over the mountain,
That's why it was so crazy when the pandemic was happening that it all went away.
Oh, it
and you
was
could see
gone.
forever. It was like,
gone.
holy
If you had to
shit.
drive, it was like holy shit.
Yeah, it was genuinely like
Ghostblade is gonna be left behind because of no DP.
back to the fucking.
Yeah,
I don't know. Ghostblade is I think Ghostblade is still very, very useful.
Like, oh, no humans out here. All right, cool.
Because again, being able to, for what you were saying about Lost Warrior, Ghostblade can do that. Does he use more MP? Sure, but I think the results are a little bit more interesting because he can apply some type of pressure and he can gain MP back while he's doing 5S, while he's slashing you like 5 or 6 times, and then he could just continue with like more stuff. I like how he can just teleport. You know, when I was crossing people up with the teleport, you know, I'd send the ghost at them, I'd teleport to them with his 2M, and I'd just grab them. People say the grab sucks in this game, but you know, it has good utility for some characters. Like, oh, I have no mix. Here, let me grab you. And the fear of the grab will be the mix because you're going to try to escape the grab and you're going to end up getting countered.
That's why, yeah, you just walk places in LA. Fuck it. That's why you don't even
Driving to San Francisco is rough. Parking is a nightmare.
Driving to San Francisco is rough.
Your car will probably get broken into.
It's almost a guarantee.
Yeah, you have to have like nothing in your car, nothing, and then
You should have like snakes.
Yeah.
You just keep snakes in your car.
And mouse traps.
Yeah.
Don't, please. Enchantress.
He's dying, thank you. I dare you to pick the wizard.
Is that what he said?
Istai?
Yeah, he's dying.
Can I get his name?
Yeah.
Istai.
No, dude.
Istayhi.
Think about it.
Teleport and full screen lunge to combo is pretty good. Yeah, man, Ghostblade. And he was like the most used character in the second beta, but we know why that is. It's because he wasn't playable beforehand. We know why.
Why would you not capitalize the S and the H?
Oh man, headache.
I like Istai better. No, it's way better than I say. Istai better. Got him.
Max finally butchered the name.
Yeah, right?
Max is too pure.
Come on, man. I just separate it.
Do
Christ. Put some ampersands or some shit.
Underscore something.
Underscores.
Max is too pure. That's great. That was great. Chat's like, oh, good.
This is like the 8th time I've seen this motherfucker.
We need to smoke some funny grass, Max.
Yeah.
And then if funny
Let's
grass,
just smoke some lavender.
Oh. Smoke some oregano.
That net looks like it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that detonation was
hella
sick.
far.
Man, smacking you. Oh my god, you fucking buttons, you fuckers. You fuckers and your fucking buttons.
I didn't change it. Kenny?
I changed them.
There you go.
I changed it with my mind powers in Chicago and it was cold.
Yeah.
What? Lost Warrior 2 broken in my opinion. I haven't seen enough of Lost Warrior, and there's no way that what this person is showing me right now. Who is it? Is it Maximillian? Yeah. There's no way what Maximillian and his pals have showed us right now is like enough for me to like make a good judgment. I think Lost Warrior is more interesting than a lot of people think. Lost Warrior is the character that's being shown off the least on Twitch, but you know the fact that he can stop time, depending on how many was it M attacks he does to you, is super interesting. But these motherfuckers just impatient. Like I don't understand why he just didn't follow up with that uppercut. That uppercut is a follow up to that, is it not?
Oh, it's disappearing to another universe.
Yeah, he's getting shot in the middle of his teleport. It's like he seems punishable. He does suffer from tall person syndrome like Crusader and is very susceptible to instant overheads. That's true. Oh, you can link that, huh? Oh, that all comboed? That's interesting, but he's out of meter. Gotta find a way to like keep that meter, because once you're in exhaustion, it takes a longer time to recover it. Yep, see, he tried to do that stab, and it wasn't quick enough. He almost missed that shit.
Sitting and get my ass beat. I'm exhausted.
I've been wrong before, though, man. I said Grappler wasn't that good. Now I think he's a top 5 character. Ghostblade's normals don't seem like they're that crazy, by the way.
Bro, we've been playing on default.
Shoot, default bitches. My God. Eat all my life.
Now that's cool, but it seems like that's like an attack grab, but it looks like it's easy to miss. Very MP heavy and slow buttons. Yeah, that's what it seems like. But also, well, I ain't gonna say that for Ghostblade. Ghostblade didn't have slow buttons, but he was MP heavy. His best move is super MP heavy, if you ask me. Okay, so that holds you in place. So, you know, I was really wrong earlier. That move where he stabs you 3 times, it holds you in place. So it might just be okay. I think you're right. I think it's a good move. I don't know how you're supposed to follow up with it though.
Wow, that was a KO.
I've been pressing the wrong buttons and eating all my life.
Oh.
If I were that troubleshooter, I would be doing the shotgun a lot more. Like, you talk about full screen punish, that shotgun is like Devil May Cry 2's shotgun.
Ads reloaded. Thank you, man. Whoa. Yeah, those things take forever to explode. I wonder if they gotta be unblockable. They have to be.
Oh, damn it.
I don't think they're unblockable. You can shoot them on the ground to make them detonate. And, you know, this is another thing that I'll say too. And I'm not trying to make this the hating on Maximillian stream. Like, really, it was more meant to be about, you know, Arc System Works and their bullshit with, like, only giving shit to, like, 3 people. This dude does no research on the games beforehand. He watches the trailer and then he plays the game, like, whenever he gets his hand on it. And, you know, I've seen that you could shoot the shit in the trailer, you know. He may not remember that. I might be just being too harsh, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. The shotgun is absurd. Yes. The Ghost Blade's best move is the Ghost Lockdown. I think you would be talking about his 4M where he does 3 slashes, right? For me, the Ghost Blade's best move is his 5M where he shoots the ghost straight at you. Like, the fact that you could just get a full combo off of that is crazy. Like, that's like, don't move. Don't move. If you're a zoner, don't move. Don't even fucking breathe.
But I think only certain characters have a parry.
Yeah, the shotgun, though, the shotgun is nuts. The shotgun reaches, like, all the way across the screen. It's like Devil May Cry 2, Dante's shotgun. This motherfucker used to shoot all the way across the screen and would kill a boss. He'd kill a boss with a fucking shotgun. A sawing off shotgun at that. Not even like a shotgun that, you know, is just like manufacturer approved.
This guy has no defense. You're walking around with a gun and a sword, motherfucker. You're just swinging and shooting shit.
Jesus Christ, bro.
He figured out the tech. He figured out I'm just gonna keep shooting you. I'm gonna keep shooting and throwing the grenade. That's what that Zach Sheeny did during the Arc System Works tournament. Yeah, why not? Just throw the grenade. I'm trying to figure out what you're supposed to do against the grenade. Are you serious?
Yeah, Kenny. Just about as nice. Oh, wow! Look at this guy.
Why didn't he do the super? You know what? It was sick. What he did was sick. I'm not trying to take away from that, but could have did the super. Troubleshooter seems really good. He also has Pineberry, which seems broken. What's Pineberry?
It was frame drops. It was frame dropping. That's what it was. Yeah, dude. If he gets in the right position, my God, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. It's like,
Oh, you can roll the swords?
and they have you in the right position. They can throw like 2 to 3 Hadoukens before you can do anything. In old school hyper fighting.
Yeah, you're just stuck.
Yeah, you're just literally stuck. Like, they can do whatever the fuck they want. I remember the old jank now that I played that game again.
I need to know, is that a move where he teleports a command grab?
Them shoot us, gonna shoot.
Pineberry is Elfelt nades? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not a big Guilty Gear player.
He didn't even use his weird gauge and shit.
Weird gauge and shit.
But I know what you're talking about to a certain degree.
His weird gauge and shit. He didn't use any of it. He was just getting away with bullshit in the corner.
Can you guys please use Enchantress or something? I don't know if you used her already, but please use Enchantress. Do the puppet character players a favor.
Seeds abstract the new challenger. Exactly what I wanted. Great. Let me stop this bullshit.
Yeah, do it all day. Look at that shit. Look at the chick. Whoops. You just taking those.
High grab and seeking, yeah, probably.
Freeze him, hit him a couple times, and then if you want to, throw out a super or just keep hitting him. It's up to you. The thing about this character is that he has to build those levels in order to get to that point. So it's a very big trade-off, especially if he's getting exhausted or getting dominated. He's not doing anything. So he might just be a momentum character.
What did he say he might be? A defensive or offensive character? Here's the thing. You put a rune on the character every time you do an M attack, right? So you need to find out how to link an M attack into your combo, you know? I think that's the strategy. You gotta do more M attacks. You gotta complete them so you can get those runes put on the character. What's funny though is those runes don't go away. It's like Arakune's curse. And what is it, Central Fiction? There's one game where his curse marks just, or his curse gauge just does not go down.
So I haven't heard why, but this game style looks suspiciously like made by the same people. A little bit.
Oh god.
Is that a parry?
Alpha counter.
Oh wow, damn, okay.
I have to give credit where credit is due.
What does it take for your exhaustion?
Maximillian is really trying to figure out this character, man. If you haven't noticed, he's really trying to figure Lost Warrior out. And I'm not trying to be condescending. It's just, you know, he said, you know what? I'm not finna show off every character right now. I'm trying to learn Lost Warrior, motherfucker. And I'm going to do it. And I hope he does. Yeah, linking MP skills in the time stop is really good, but he needs a lot of meter to do it. Most of his massive damage will probably be at low health. Do we know that he for sure needs a lot of meter to like do a combo that links an MP attack? Like, do we know for sure? Like, yeah, I'm just saying. It seems like he has that uppercut attack that puts a rune on you. You know what I mean? And it seems to be relatively fast, so I don't know. I'm not saying you need to do it like that needs to be your main goal. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think you need to do like he was doing 3 stabs in a row. You're going to be exhausted at that point, you know? You need to do a combo that links in an attack that gives you a rune. So how many runes do you need? Is it 4 or 5? Let's say it's 5. Like that's only that's like 2 combos, right? You do 2 combos that that land a rune, and in the last combo you could do the triple sword attack, and then you could like do the freeze, or you could do 3 combos and then do 2 and then do 1 combo that does 2 attacks that freeze them, if that's possible.
Good luck telling that to Striker. Oh, Steve's down playing Striker. Okay.
Oh, it's not even one guy. You're the one guy.
Oh man.
Crusader's here to get the holy praise of McDonald's.
Oh yeah, in California, I forget it's like 3 hours behind. It's only like 1:17 p.m. or a.m.
Those knives do almost no chip damage.
I don't think those knives are meant for chip damage. Those kunai knives that she throws, that's just meant to like throw you off balance. You know what I mean? They do nothing in combo. They're just they're for characters like Hitman that are like approaching closer that you have like little defense against.
Wow.
Yeah, I need to separate runes probably into 2 different combos. More than 2. You probably need to separate them into like 3 or 4 to be honest. You know, I think that's possible. But you know, when you're streaming, you know, I want to give them credit. When you're streaming and like you're trying to entertain people, like you're trying to be good. So, oh man, I'm sorry I was so salty. Like I just hate that. You know, I've been trying so hard and shit. I've been trying so hard. Been waking up. I've been like going on break at work and shit. And it's like Arc System Warriors is just like, nah, whatever. Give it to Maximillian. It's a surefire way to get 1 million sales.
Tuesday? Is that the day?
And then these nobodies that, you know, we never heard of before get like 8,000 people watching their damn streams on Twitch and shit, you know, following and like going into their Discord. Like, I don't even want the followers. I just want to fucking play the game. God, I have a headache. Yo, Crusader is so boring. Why did they choose to meme this character on Twitter? Crusader is the most boring character in the entire game. Going into their Discord to check their Funko Pop collection. Oh my God, the Funko Pop collection. I think I'll remember that for a very long time. Dude was so enthusiastic too. He said that he didn't even fucking buy the game, bro. Like, he said his friend gave him that shit. Can you imagine?
Crossplay is the dream now, Chad. Remember, the first part of the dream was rollback netcode.
I was a little disappointed in the Street Fighter thingy.
Yep.
The Capcom.
Yep. Crossplay is
like, oh, you don't have it on
been
this.
pretty fucking. It's been the shit I've been preaching for years of like how you fix a lot of the matchmaking problems in fighting games. Crossplay is a big thing that helps out with that, as well as rollback netcode. They help each other out.
Crossplay does
assist the other in making for a better online experience.
Crossplay does help, but I don't think it's necessary. You know. Like, how about people play more games? How about like they market better? How about, you know, you make games more appealing to people so more people want to play? You know?
To be honest, the next battle is getting Bandai Namco to put rollback in all their games.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, Maximillian. You didn't even play Tekken or Soul Calibur that long. This nigga only played Tekken because Akuma was in the game and Geese was in the game. Like, fuck Maximillian when he talks about Tekken, man. Seriously, fuck him. You didn't do nothing for Tekken Tag 2. You didn't care for Tekken 6. You only cared about Tekken when you got fucking bigger and they were like, hey, we potentially might sell 9 million copies. Like, when it involves your viewer base, you're like, oh yeah, Tekken's sick. But when Tekken doesn't have the viewer base or Tekken doesn't have like the 2D characters, you look the other way. You're like, what's Killer Instinct doing? That's Maximillian.
On at any given single time. Street Fighter 6. More people will be playing Street Fighter 6 when it comes out than probably any period of a Street Fighter game, maybe outside of Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo and arcades. Like, that's how crazy Street Fighter 6
Inquisitor has the lowest health in this game. Laughing my ass off, tied with 2 characters, I believe, at 800 health. I thought the lowest was 850, but if she's in the lower and like the lower section of like the health, then that means she's tied with health with Kunoichi and I believe Swiftmaster. Which is weird. You would think Dragon Knight would have like low health. Like Inquisitor is like a little bit more heavy. Inquisitor has armor, is carrying like a big axe. Honestly, can I be honest with you guys? I don't care about crossplay as much as Max does. Like, crossplay was on Street Fighter 5, and there were still issues with the game. And people still fell off of it pretty hard. You can still find a match
PS4, is it also on Xbox One?
No. But I can still find a match in Soul Calibur 6.
A lot of games anymore on the OG Xbox One. Not a lot. Some companies still do that have like a huge amount of budget, like Activision and shit like that. But Microsoft has pretty much fully embraced X and S, right? I'm sorry, Series S and Series X. So if you want like the affordable Microsoft console, you go for the Series S.
I'm not buying that shit. Like, you know, the Series S, because of Game Pass, is like it's a pretty decent deal. But I'm not buying that shit. What the fuck is the point in that? I might as well just emulate if you got a PC. There's so many games I wish Max had promoted, but he always goes back to KI. He always goes back to KI, Street Fighter, and what I known this dude for was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Or, I'm sorry, 3. Because like I said, his Assist Me series I thought was pretty dope. But, you know, like, he goes where the money is. I can't even be mad at him, but it's like, I do get a little, like, you know, peeved when he's like, you know, Bandai Namco. Like, don't tell Bandai Namco shit, dude. You didn't do anything for Soul Calibur 5. You barely played 6. You know, you were no help with 6. 6 only sold 2 million copies. I think 6 is the best Soul Calibur game they've made so far. You know, and it has a good tournament community. You know, but you don't care. You know, you're like, man, they only sold 2 million copies. I want to promote Dragon Ball FighterZ. A game I'm not that good at whatsoever. I'm talking about him.
You're getting a Street Fighter game that more people will be playing at any single given time when that game launches than any ever Street Fighter ever.
How does he know that?
It's actually a good content, and it's a good game. If it's like an 8, 9 out of 10 kind of game when it comes out, then holy fuck, man, then a lot of people are going to be interested. There'll be a shit ton of people playing it.
Persona 4, Ultimax, and Blaze Blue Central Fiction could have popped off so hard. Soul Calibur 6 too, and of course Tekken. Here's the thing. Tekken popped off without Maximilian, like, even giving it as much attention as he did, you know, and I don't think Maximilian likes Tekken like that. He just says he does because money. Persona 4 Ultimax did not have as many people playing it as Arena, so I think he got burnt out, and I think he went to Killer Instinct. And really, there shouldn't be a problem with that. There really isn't, to be honest. But I feel like as the fighting game dude, when you're not playing a certain game, it speaks volumes. You know, when you say, I'm tired of playing this game and nobody sees it anymore, the people that are going to tell other people about it, like Maximilian's viewer base does, they just don't. They're like, yeah, you know, they parrot what he says or what he thinks. Some of these people don't have individual thoughts. You know what I mean? Or maybe they feel the same way. Who knows? But it does affect things when the person who's supposed to be playing these games and enjoying them is just like, it's whatever. Soul Calibur 6 could have popped off really hard. Sonic Fox was playing it at first, but, you know, Sonic Fox stopped playing it. And that's a completely different story there. Sonic Fox was getting washed in the end, okay? I remember my friend telling me that Sonic Fox is he's the best fighting game player ever, and now he's beating people in New York with Soul Calibur. Like, first of all, New York players aren't even like the best players in the United States when it comes to Soul Calibur. It's like, I think it's like SoCal or NorCal. And like that's one thing. But there's another thing. European players are the best Soul Calibur players, and consider the following: Sonic Fox was using Aswell, like the day one top tier character that nobody knew because it was his debut game. You know what I mean? And then after people figured out how to, like, you know, get past some of his shit, barely, because he's still a top tier character, you never seen Sonic Fox playing the game. Why? Because he said there was no money in it, which I'm not mad at him, but you know, that's what he said. Like, there's no money in the game. I'm not gonna play it. Alright, I don't think you're the best fighting game player there is. Like, you know what I mean? I think you're good at like 2 fighting games at once, which is really the main reason people love him. You know what I mean? And, you know, he places top 8 in Skullgirls, and he placed top 8 a couple times in Uni, but I've never seen this motherfucker play Persona. I never seen this motherfucker play Blaze Blue. I've never seen this motherfucker be good at Tekken, or great at Tekken, I should say. Soul Calibur, as I mentioned, he was okay, but this was like at the beginning. Oh, he is also good at Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, he's good at like 3 very popular games, so like he's the best fighting game player in the world, I guess. Grappler's Charge Plus. No, it's not plus. It just has. It's weird. You gotta hit very shallow with it, right? You can't hit deep with the charge. If you hit deep with the charge, you can get punished. But if you hit shallow, you push them back far enough so most characters can't punish. So that's what you're seeing if you've seen him like not get punished.
You're gonna like search them out to learn what they know, and they'll teach you.
And you'll be a super fighter.
Well, your character is probably gonna get custom moves and shit.
Yeah,
it's my hope that you can actually take your custom character just for funsies online against other custom characters.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I think that'd be dope.
You mean like on Soul Calibur 6?
Yeah, Conquest. Literally Conquest style.
That was kind of a funny looking combo. He jabbed and like.
I'll never forget that dude's name now.
Remember, Max, you want to say hi?
It's Yahi.
It's Yahi.
Yahi, thank you. It's Yahi.
Shit. Oh god.
I'm stopping this stream here in a bit. My buddy's coming over and we're about to like record a session of Last of Us Part 2.
Well, you weren't grappling.
I wasn't grappling. His name is grappling. I was not fucking grappling. It's fucking terrible. I think Street Fighter 4 is the most anticipated game of what, this year or next year?
Street Fighter 5?
Street Fighter 5. Yeah, Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah,
Sorry. I think that really depends on what happens this November, man.
The most anticipated game of
with the Game Awards
next year? Man, listen. My most anticipated game, if it doesn't come out this year, is Project Eve.
It's coming out in February. Every Street Fighter game launches in February. For nearly 15 years, they always launch in February.
Most
Street Fighter
anticipated game
5
is
Tekken, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, it never really got the hype around Sonic Fox. There's many more top players I'd rather watch in their respective games. I like him in Skullgirls. Okay, have fun. Thanks. We still got time though.
That's what I would do if I was Capcom.
Yeah, like I said, look, I respect Sonic Fox as a player. I just think that, you know, like people really over embellished him and like thought he was gonna like crush people in like Soul Calibur. Like, you know, I believe that he can be great in games, but also shut up, you know. Shut up. Motherfuckers not beating OG Soul Calibur players. Shut up.
MK is whatever the hell NetherRealm's
MK can just...
Yeah. Absolutely could.
Get away. Stole my thunder.
No.
Jesus Christ!
Looks like he smacked him.
Cammy and Beta, please. You guys are horny.
I think they'll save Cammy for the announcement.
I'm so sick of Crusader, man. Like, you guys have no clue. You have no clue, man. Crusader is so boring, so slow.
For new game announcements. Yeah, they'll announce characters and shit, for sure. But yeah, will NRS games be announced? NRS games game be announced at Evo? No, I don't think so. I think they would announce characters if the game was already announced, but announcing a brand new fighting game at Evo? Nah.
You know what might be messing them up too? As much as I've been talking shit, they are talking a lot. You know, I can admit that I can't talk this much while playing the game and like do well. So, you know, they're trying to be entertaining.
You're gonna get it. Absolutely. Fucking, it's Mortal Kombat, dude. It's anything NRS works on. Like, they know you're gonna buy it. They just have to appeal to a new audience. NRS, if anything, will be the Game Awards. Why? Because it's just the way it's been. Jesus Christ! There's a relationship there already.
Jesus Christ! Oh, I'm funny because I yelled stuff. Jesus Christ! Christ!
At the beginning of January, where there'll be like some dank.
Gonna be top tier because of the massive damage. I think Crusader does around the same amount of damage as like other characters. He's gonna be top tier because maybe not top tier. He's gonna be good because he has that ability that gives him like armor.
You have to find it. I know. I don't know if it is that. I'm just saying.
But Grappler is like a fucking foil to him, man. He really is. Grappler can just have armor just by doing certain moves, like that move right there.
That's neutral? Maybe it's down. Is that? Why am I jumping? I think it's actually a special button. It's just the other button. I do neutral other button. You know? Neutral other button, yeah. Yeah, neutral regular button. Or just try forward regular button. Fucking hell. Skill button.
It is so funny that that's funny. Skill button. It automatically makes you top tier. It's the skill button. It gives you skill. I said this on stream the other day. You know, it's really it's funny that that wall that he places behind you, because that could be used to your detriment. Some of the moves in this game push you back because if they didn't push you back, it would like it would be broken, because you'd just be able to attack again. You'd be able to continue a combo. You'd be able to have like crazy Oki. So when Crusader makes that wall behind you, sometimes he's not trapping you in the area with him. He's trapping himself in the area with you. Sauciest character in the game? Oh man, it's either Swiftmaster or Berserker. You know, it could be anywhere between Swiftmaster, Berserker, and Ghostblade at this point. Ghostblade's combos are smooth. Like, without even doing a conversion cancel, he has smooth combos. And if you imagine it in your head, and if you refine it enough, if you think about a combo, it might just work with him. Swiftmaster is great because Swiftmaster has a ton of options. And, you know, all of his moves look cool, and he can air dash. And when he does air dash, he has that cool anime-like effect on him. But Berserker can literally he can quite literally like cancel most of his abilities, you know, because he can go into what's it called, Berserk state or something like that, where he can like you know, lose health, and he buffs himself and he gets a conversion combo, or he can do conversions pretty freely. I don't know, man. They're all saucy.
Is going to be the best character in the game. Probably.
The least sauciest is Crusader. Crusader literally, like, the main combo is you buff yourself, you set up a cross, and then you hit, like, what is it? Is it skill? No. It's B. It's B. You just keep hitting B over and over and over. There's nothing saucy about that. Striker is saucy too, man. Kunoichi is saucy, man. They're all cool. They're all cool except for Crusader.
Crazy low damage. You get beat up. I'm downplaying her though, chat. She's gonna have good zoning, right? She's gonna be eventually, when people actually play proper zoning with launcher, it's gonna be a nightmare. But I mean, you're just gonna die to needle pricks, you know, with little bits of damage over time.
Frenzy, that's the name of the move. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Frenzy is crazy. And you get a whole, well, not a whole different moveset, but Frenzy provides you with 2 different normals.
Oh, you actually stop blocking.
No, 3 different normals. No, 4 different normals. Because it changes your jumping B, your 5AB and the 2B. Really interested in what Troubleshooter can do with conversion. Oh yeah, that's right. See, he might be one of the saucier characters too, because Swashbuckler's refreshment has the same effect as Frenzy, except it's more finite instead of like continuous. So he can like essentially give himself more MP, and if you can maintain like, you know, your health and block properly, you can gain more MP for free if you use Swashbuckler's refreshment, and it gives you the opportunity to conversion cancel mid combo. So he could be just as saucy as Berserker, if not saucier, because he's not going to be losing so much health. Plus he has some trap abilities, so like he can throw the grenades on the ground. He can throw grenades at you while you're standing up. You know, like he's going to be really cool.
Whoa, damn.
Dive kick.
Yeah.
There's no push block in this game.
A bit.
Have any DLC hopes? I'd have to go back and check. It's been a while since I looked at that list. I'd have to go back and check. I mean, I got Troubleshooter. You know, I'd have to check.
Who's the sauciest character in your opinion, Caleb?
I think Hitman's a really good character.
You've been asking me questions. I've been rude. I should have been asking you questions too.
Ooh.
Almost no one plays Hitman, but I think he'll be really strong. Hitman is really strong. Hitman's really strong because he does too much chip damage.
We need big cinematic
You cannot get away from him in most situations. Like, he has that move where he throws a sword at you and he shoots the sword too. It's ridiculous. He does a lot of chip damage, and like he can expend his whole meter and still be okay because his specials are good enough to, like, you know, work on their own. Oh, my friend's here. 1 minute.
You need to put shit in trailers. It's the shit that like made Smash Brothers trailers so fucking great, and nobody ever uses Final Smashes, you know? Or they're like banned from everything practically.
It's gonna be hardcore, man.
Wow. Wow, nice punish.
Those better be for me. I'll take one. I was just watching this stream. Let's see. Make this comment real quick. And oh, the match is over. I guess I'll watch one more match. In a second.
I forgot all my
You
stuff.
said I'll let it slide.
I forgot all my stuff.
I gave my controller to Steve.
Okay.
The only person that can give me the controller back is Steve.
Oh, damn.
That's the rules.
Those the rules?
It's another set of people that got the game early.